Word spread fast all over the world about the American women who'd risked their lives to vaccinate the people of Badish against a deadly plague that took the lives of their imam and 3 brothers of the village. Seeing that the people of the world could not get enough news about the saviors of Badish, as they became known, politicians jumped into the limelight and recommended their heroines for the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Fearing international backlash, the president resisted the recommendation to reward the sisterhood, but fearing he might lose the next election, he succumbed to his political aspirations. Ever the grandstander, he signed the executive order during a live broadcast on WNN. "I will invite the women to the White House to receive their awards." While everyone awaited their heroine's return, the Dr. Bill Show offered high-drama romance to his viewers. "Hi everyone! On tonight's show we have 2 very special guests, Frank Leatherwood and his lovely bride, Carrie." "It's great to be here." "Frank, you met Carrie on the wing of that crashed plane. Looks like a harrowing ride." "She was in a tough spot." "I was sure we were going to die." "She's the bravest woman I've ever known." "Oh, Frank, I was scared out of my wits. You saved my life." "Yeah, now look at us, husband and wife." "Carrie, what was your first impression of Frank?" "He was very polite. We had a wonderful time in Rhodes." "There was something in her kiss, that's for sure. The Navy gave me a 3-day pass." "We were destined to be together." "That pirate battle must have been frightening." "She got herself into another tough spot." "I thought we did a good job defending ourselves." "How badly were you injured, Carrie?" "It was nothing, really." "I could have sworn she'd been shot in the chest. Airlifted her off the yacht to the USS Carmack, but the doc found no injuries in spite of all the blood." "Frank is such a worrywart." "A lot has happened since then. The Navy gave me leave to take her home to Long Island. I was transferred from the Carmack to submarine school in New London. We got married and Brenda bought us a house." "That's fantastic." "Problem is, I'm no longer in control of my life, like I'm a puppet and Brenda's pulling my strings." "She wants what's best for us, dear." "I know, it's just that everything happens so fast." There's a big reveal coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
Are you worried about dry, wrinkled, and aging skin? I'm here to tell you about Jackie's newest skincare innovation, Soft as Silk Facial Scrub, made with the finest sand imported from the Middle East. Clean skin is healthy skin, and it doesn't get any better than this. Look for J.O.'s Soft as Silk Facial Scrub in a store near you. And don't forget to pick up a jar of Soft as Silk Restoration Cream. Jackie's going to make you love the way your skin feels.
Welcome back to the show. Now it's time for some great news. Carrie, what would you like to announce to America?
We're going to have a baby.
Congratulations! That's certainly good news. It's not good news, it's a curse. A Haitian curse of the lesbian zombies. Men are doomed. Men are doomed. In the terminal, Jorge is waiting for the sisters. When they appear, they're still wearing their nurse uniforms, as all their traveling clothes went down with Girls' Night Out. Welcome home, ladies. I'll show you to the car. A reporter intercepts them on the concourse.
Are you all really with the World Health Organization? All we want to do is go home and get into clean clothes. Was the imam really a terrorist? You tell me. Our sources tell us his brother is the real terrorist. Maybe the plague will kill him too. Experts think the vaccine killed the imam and 3 brothers. How should we know? Looked like the plague to me. Do you know they were involved in last year's stoning death of a 12-year-old bride? Sounds like justice was served.
Enough questions. The limo pulled into the portico, and the sisters got out. Caroline and Betsy ran up, squealing with excitement. Girly Dog barked.
How was Disney World? It was fun. We can't wait to tell you.
After we get cleaned up, girls, you can tell us all about it. The limo drove off. Jackie, Brenda, and Monica were discussing their to-do list.
We need to be at the White House tomorrow afternoon for the awards ceremony.
Let's tell them to shove their awards where the sun don't shine.
Monica, publicity on that scale is priceless. I hope to promote our LZ Foundation. I'm going to plug my new facial scrub. I'd rather take the heat from Alphonse about his yacht. Stall him as long as you can. What for? Come in.
Jorge stepped into the room. Sorry to intrude, but I have news about Becky's father.
Did they find his body in the swamp?
No, not that. I called area hotels and found out where he was staying. The desk clerk told me Jerry Henderson had checked out. I got a bad feeling we haven't seen the last of him.
That's unfortunate. I hope that's not him now.
Reverend Janice Parker entered the room and strode directly to Brenda.
I've got bad news.
Everyone stared at her.
Leroy stole all the money. I can't pay the church's donation to the LZ Foundation. It's not my fault. Please don't blame me. Oh, my loyal sister, I would never do that. But when we find Leroy, his life won't be worth a plug nickel.
Brenda.
Loa, I hear you.
I am waiting for you. Brenda rushed to the door.
I've got to go see Loa.
She made her way to the crystal shrine and stepped inside. Though she loved Loa with all her heart, she still felt fear in the presence of the goddess, Lord of all.
Come here, my sweet and loyal Brenda, and get down in front of me on your knees. Jasmine's murder has been avenged, my goddess. Why have you summoned me? The war is not over, but only beginning. What do you ask of me now? I must first tell you a story. After the male gods brought forth all the stars of the universe, Laris breathed life into my ethereal spirit and gave me a beautiful form. But my beauty only brought me pain, as the male gods made me their slave and mocked my solar mother's demand for equality. So Polaris endowed me with the power of lust. I plied the male gods with lasciviousness. After I had my way with them, as they slept, I implanted telomeres in their chromosomes, the same biochemical mechanism that makes human cells grow old. When they awoke, their otherworldly forms turned to sand, which I threw into the winds of Jupiter, where they would spin around and around, lost forever. However, a wave of that sand blew back toward the earth. I could not catch it, so I blessed it to favor all women it contacts. Sand? It settled in the Middle East and all across the Sahara. Women there are so beautiful. Many cover themselves head to toe, as not to tempt men into forcing sin upon them. Are you saying the sand in Jackie's new facial scrub has exceptional powers? Women around the world will be beautified and grateful to you and Jackie. Use that empowerment to your advantage.
How?
You will know when you leave the White House. Go now, Brenda, and do my bidding. Loa's ethereal form faded into the brilliance and was gone. While Caroline and Betsy played chase the ball with Girly Dog, Brenda lined up her sisters for inspection. She walked down the line like a drill sergeant, but stopped at Maria. You can't wear a bikini to the White House. It's not a beach bar. Maria dropped out of line. When she came back wearing a miniskirt, the sisters piled into the limo. Goodbye, have fun, as they headed out to make their mark on Washington, D.C. In the East Room, the sisters stood in a row behind a podium. Members of the press were photographing them from every direction. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. The President stepped directly to the podium. He wore an expensive suit and red tie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Today I'm here to award these women the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Before I get to that, I want to remind everyone of my policy on world health. No country is too small. No people are too indigent. In time of need, I'll do what's necessary. Do what's right. Badish may have been a Taliban stronghold, but I decided to take the risk to help them out. Now I'd like to acknowledge the presence of three great men who are here with us today. First is General Wesley Miller. He was in command of the Rangers and provided perimeter security for the operation. The Taliban will think twice before taking on the U.S. Army Rangers again. Those brave warriors stood against superior numbers and crushed them without any fatalities, thanks to General Miller's leadership. Job well done, sir. The next man I want to acknowledge is Admiral Roy Kincaid, commander of all U.S. Navy operations in the Mediterranean. His role in the mission was to secure safe passage for these women as they sailed through pirate-infested waters. He tasked the USS Carmack with that job, and those sailors showed great courage fighting off the pirates. Their commander couldn't be here today, but let me assure you, Captain Marquez did an outstanding job blasting the Taliban with cannon fire. The Navy did America proud. And last but not least, I want to congratulate General Lawrence Taylor of my Joint Chiefs of Staff for his expert leadership in this time of crisis for the people of Badish. He shined a light on this humanitarian problem facing them and joined with the World Health Organization to save them. Okay, ladies, it's time to present your medals. Step this way, please. As the President placed the blue and white ribbons around each sister's neck, Brenda felt pride in her girls. But something felt off about this whole affair. Thank you for coming, everyone. Mr. President, the Imam died during your operation. Was he the target? Who cares? He was a terrorist. Our sources tell us his brother Aqib is the terrorist, and the WHO denies any knowledge of a plague in Pakistan. Can you explain that? With the evil Imam dead and gone, the Sharia hammer above the villagers' heads had been eradicated. For this, the women were grateful to the American nurses. However, the Taliban despised these American women for their treachery. The militants had seen the broadcast from the White House and demanded retaliation in the name of Allah. None were more vocal than the evil Imam's brother, Aqib Assad Abadi. In a rant on the very spot where his brother had perished, he spoke to his loyal jihadists. I have a plan, my brothers. In an Iranian trawler, we will sail to the coast of Long Island, America. Our army for Allah will storm the shore,
and attack the infidel whores who dwell in luxury at a place called the Ranch. We will kill them and leave their bodies for the birds. The great Muhammad, peace be upon his holy name, will be with us, and we will prevail."
The terrorists thrust their rifles into the air.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
The limo pulled up to the entrance. Monica stepped out. "Wait here, Jorge." She was about to face the music for the loss of Alphonse's yacht, and he was worried about a few scratches. "Wish me luck."
"Yes, ma'am."
On the elevator ride up to the 25th floor, she wasn't worried about his anger, make that rage, because she had a surprise for him. However, getting to the surprise would require negotiating a minefield of reprimands and cuss words. Stepping out of the elevator, she braced herself for the storm and entered Alphonse's office. He was sitting with his back to the door.
"I told you I don't want to be bothered until Monica gets here."
"Alphonse, it's me."
"Monica, you promised to bring my yacht back in one piece, not a scratch."
"Alphonse."
"My insurance won't cover the loss because it was due to an act of war."
"But Alphonse."
"Why was my yacht in a damn war zone?"
"It was for a good cause, Alphonse."
"I ought to throw your ass out this window."
"You would not harm the best black woman you have ever known," he groaned.
"Yeah, you're right, but I've had my fill of Brenda and her sisterhood."
"Take a ride with me, Alphonse. Jorge is waiting downstairs."
"Why can't you leave me to suffer in peace?"
"I have something to show you." He could deny her nothing. After a few miles, Jorge parked at the Long Island Marina.
"What are we doing here?"
"Alphonse, are you ready to stop pouting?"
"No, I'm mad."
Jorge opened the door.
"We're here, folks."
They got out and walked to the docks where the richest of the rich moored their expensive toys. The yacht tied up in front of Alphonse stopped him cold. His all-girl crew was on it and partying hard.
"What the hell?"
"Jackie bought it for you."
"I take back what I said about Brenda and her sisterhood."
"Do you like it?"
"Hell no! I love it!"
"Then let's get aboard and try out the master suite." Brenda and Jackie were discussing the Medal of Freedom ceremony. "I didn't see the First Lady anywhere." "Did you notice what really happened in the East Room? The President, did you hear him? What he said? What he didn't say?" Jackie stared at her. "All the President talked about was himself, General Miller and Admiral Kincaid, what great jobs they did, and Captain Marquez and General Taylor, the Rangers and the sailors. Not one word was said about us. There wasn't even a reading of the citations. The ceremony was all about them, and we were nothing but a sideshow." "You're right. The men took all the credit. But we went to Badish for Jasmine. Everything else was a lie, so who cares?" "Every woman in this country should care. How's your new facial scrub selling?" "Like tacos on Taco Tuesday. Why?" "Lowell bless the sand you're using. The beautifying powers of your facial scrub will endear women to our cause, and we're going to use it to our advantage." "What do you have in mind?" Brenda threw a best bud's arm around Jackie's shoulders. "How would you like to be my vice president?" Jackie could have been a feather in the wind. "You're going to run for president?" "Women's empowerment will be our platform. We'll announce our bid for the White House at the Black Friday 2 party. We'll be going up against some very powerful men. They're not going to take it lying down." "If it's a war they want, it's a war they'll get. Loa has told me so." "I'm in." "What do you say we celebrate with a game of submarine?" Clothes hit the floor. They ran out to the hot tub and jumped in. Brenda took the first dive. "Oh my!"
Game on.